Because I mentioned the Sixers, Kevin. So Embiid has that chip on his shoulder with the MVP voting. James Harden made a commitment to get in shape in the offseason. What's the ceiling for this team?
I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Anything less than a championship is unacceptable for us, and we know it. We've done the work, and we felt the pain. And sometimes it takes those losses, it takes those letdowns to fuel you with the passion that you need to take on the next season to accomplish the goal at hand. For Joel, for James, this combination, this 1-2 punch, this is why we put this package together. From role players to bench players, I think we got it. We're favored in the East. And, you know, we aren't afraid from the big moment or the big game. At the end of the day, it's Philadelphia all day, every day. And if you're not with us, then you're against us. Okay. And if you're against us, then that means you can get what we got going, and that's good.
A big what's up to everybody. Welcome back to the channel. I hope you enjoyed my mini soliloquy, but you already know why we are here. The Philadelphia 76ers have officially made it to the second round, a yearly tradition, and they will be playing the dreaded bum Boston Celtics for the right to the chance of an Eastern Conference Finals appearance in a few weeks. The Celtics definitely did take their time in their last series, one that may help the Sixers long term, but we shall talk about that more. It really is crazy how life really comes at you fast, right? The season legit just started. I remember that when it first started, beginning at the start of the year, and Bulls was mad as hell, and now we are in the second round against the Celtics of all teams, something that we have been waiting for the last 7 months. Of course, it would be Boston, So, in all I have heard over that time span, the last 7 months, was the regular season doesn't matter. Nothing before the second round matters, yada, 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 yada. And this is from every, single Philly fan, including myself, technically, somewhat, kind of. Well, hey, all of you, your time is now. I pray to God in his name that you all took this season for what it was and enjoyed the ride, because that crap is out the window starting now. Point blank period, it is now or never for this team. Either the Sixers get over the hump or it is over. Finito, dunzo. I am convinced. Obviously, future NBA seasons cannot be predicted with injuries, trades, free agency, or whatever. But the Sixers really need to, need to make some noise at this point in the franchise for their own sanity moving forward. Hell, Joel Embiid needs to make some noise in the postseason for his own sanity moving forward. And all of this will be determined by the hands of the Boston Celtics, our precious, precious future. Lord have mercy. We already know who these Bulls are, the same usual suspects, led by the duo of JT and JB, affectionately known as the Jays. They are the reigning Eastern Conference champions who are deep with guard play and wings, and some stretch bigs to boot. Bulls finished the season second in the East during the season of uncertainty with a new coach, because their old rookie coach and standout coach, I might add, had to mark his territory all over the Celtics organization. Wow, boy. And man's definitely just got a job with the Rockets. So shout out to Ime doing his thing in the league, still, squirming. That's not the right term. Anyway, not going to lie, in this series, JB scares me. Not going to lie, the Boston Garden scares me for the Sixers to play. Or not the Boston Garden, the TD Garden, kind of. Everything else that comes along with the Boston Seas is whatever, I guess. Concerning, but whatever, I suppose. You would be lying as a Sixers fan if you said that it wouldn't be, or it wasn't. Hey man, I call it the way I see it. Looking at the Celtics stats for this season, the Celtics are 4th in points, 2nd in field goals made, 2nd in three-pointers made, 2nd in three-point attempts, 4th in free throw percentage, 3rd in defensive rebounding, 1st in plus or minus, 3rd in offensive efficiency, 2nd in assist to turnover ratio, 2nd in true shooting percentage, 5th in pace, and 2nd in blocks. Oh my lord, that is a lot of, top 5 stats in the NBA this season. So of course the Sixers are going to have their hands full. Now with that being said, they definitely did take 6 games to defeat the Hawks in their last series. Now I'm not sure if it was because of coaching or because of a lack of focus, but I expect more from them, or I would have expected more from them to, put that lowly Hawks team away, and they did not do that. Thus, I'm not as scared as I would be if they were to sweep them, if that makes sense. I'm still, concerned. They're the Celtics, but the Celtics are playing on some ish right now. Anyway, it is what it is, and honestly, it's necessary for the boys to take themselves seriously to win a chip. Like, it would be poetic. They have to get over that hump. We need to face Boston for it all to work. We can go in history and look at all the other teams. But let's just talk about Jordan's Bulls specifically. Not saying that we aren't on the same caliber of the up-and-coming Bulls, but they had to get through their foes of the Pistons, the bad boy Pistons. So it is what it is at this moment in time. So looking at the season series between the two, they have played 4 games and the Sixers have lost 3 of them. Not great. I conveniently went to 2 of those games this year. The first, shout out to my guy Mike. I hope you are listening. I went to the first game as well as the last game. So I would say that this series was meant to be. The first 2 games were not as close as it seemed. Bulls got fried. The Sixers more so got fried. But the last 2 games were close. Third game, Boston was up the whole game. We came back. We should have won or at least went to overtime. But Jason Tatum hits a dumb 3 to win at the closing seconds. And you know the story. The fourth game, the Sixers are dominating the whole game. They screw around with like a minute left. Boston makes a little comeback, but we still win. Things I have learned from these games or those games, Boston is beatable, especially in Philly. TD Garden scares me and is a different story, as I eloquently stated before. So what are my keys to victory for the Sixers? First and foremost, stop being kitty cat. Like, y'all have to understand that y'all belong. There's a reason why you were the only team that swept the first round. Y'all belong here, and y'all are a force to be reckoned with. We have, a top 5 D and a top 2 offense, I think. I could be wrong. Let's just say we're both top 5. I should know this, but we're a good team. Let's just say that. No crying. I cannot stomach the Sixers going through this kitty cat mentality anymore. Now, to be fair, we haven't done that much this season. Shout out to my boy PJ. But this series is going to come down to heart. And speaking of PJ just have to do PJ things. And I feel like he's going to be huge in the series for us between him and Tobias. Other keys to victory, I would say let Tatum eat, and Jaylen Brown cannot get like his. And by that, like, not, give him open shots, but by that I would say I would rather have PJ on JB rather than Tatum. And I might be crazy, but there's something about Jaylen Brown against the Sixers, even when back in 2018, right? Like, even when he wasn't even the best player on that Celtics team that played us, he always gets in his bag against the Sixers. Like, there was a quote back then when he said, like, the Sixers are his food and he doesn't play around with his food. I don't want that man near the ball at all. Tatum hasn't even really played that well against us this season, where JB has, a broken face as well as a actual torn hand. Look, I ain't saying be no dirty player, but shoot, I would tell PJ to swipe at that man's hand every single play, bro. Like, put PJ on his ball and let's see how it works. I'll also let, Tobias Harris guard him as well. Tobias is going to have a very interesting role because he's going to have to score as well as defend, or maybe he's not even going to have to score, but his defense, specifically his defense is going to be the main thing. Another key to victory, Maxey or Tobias is going to have to step the hell up. Yep, and this is where my, Toby D pause comes in. Maxey offense has to be very great. He hasn't looked good against Boston because they have, hella defensive schemes for him since he is a smaller guard, but he's going to have to break through, and this is what championship teams do. Break the hell through these good teams. And Tobias D, once again, pause. He's going to have to guard probably one of Jason Tatum or Jaylen Brown. So it is what it is. Obviously, this is going to be a hard matchup, but that's what the playoffs is. That's what the second round is. Like, no excuses. Get it done. Tobias, you get paid that bread, show up in the playoffs on your defense. Maxey, you want to get paid the way Tobias is playing? Show up with your offense. It's as simple as that. No more excuses. Long story short, everybody, and not just them two, but everybody is going to have to step the hell up big time this series. There can be no stragglers. 1 through 9, or maybe 1 through 8, maybe 1 through 7. Who knows what Glenn's rotation is going to be? Either way, all of them have to do what they have to do. Simply put, Joel Embiid is going to be an interesting thing because he has a sprained knee. So something about his like LCL. I'm not privy on anatomy diction. So, but anyway, which is nice. We have to accept the fact that this big man will be banged up every single postseason. It is what it is. He's going to have to fight past the pain and do what he has to do like everybody else. And I promise you, he won't be the first nor the last NBA superstar to play injured in the playoffs. Last time I checked, Embiid said that he didn't always need to score 40 points for the Sixers to win a game, that they could do it in other ways, that he could do it in other ways, impact the game in other ways, mainly passing, I like would assume, and I guess we'll see. Personally, I am concerned. Am I concerned with the knee? Absolutely. It gives us a major disadvantage, but hey, what can you ultimately do? Oh, right. The answer is nothing. All I know is he better play game 1 for us to have a chance to win this whole kit and caboodle. So my questions for this series before I give my predictions: will Coach Glenn Doc Rivers continue his good coaching streak against Boston? You already know what is good with Mans, but the Bulls in green have a rookie head coach who a lot of folks are saying like isn't that good of a coach, or at least hasn't been, excellent in his tenure so far or his rookie season so far. How will that work out coaching wise? It's going to come down to players, superstars, stars against stars. In that case, of course, we're going to be looking at Joel's knee. Will playoff Harden show up? And I mean scoring wise, will this man show up? Has he been resting? Has he been chilling to get this joint donezo when it matters? I am waiting. I am loving the fact that we have not seen a glimpse of Houston Harden playoff version on the Sixers, and I feel as though it is about to come, ladies and gentlemen. I'm so excited to see Mans pop off. And my last question would be, what will the rotations look like for the Sixers? Will we see more Daniel House? And I really mean that with all sincerity. As a wing, do we see more Shake Milton since he's a guard, shifty plays? Obviously, you would assume less Niang, but will Niang play? These are all questions that I have and will be eagerly waiting to find out. So, the moment you have been waiting for. What are my predictions for this series? Drum roll, please. Sorry, but who gives a damn? All you know that I am biased as hell. So, Sixers and 6. Like, it's time for us to win. And even if my logic doesn't say that, I need to put this energy out there for this team to grasp and take it into Boston and do the damn thing. I say we shock Boston game 1 and then go from there, fam. Obviously, the odds makers would say Boston in 6, but hey, they're not Philly fans, so yeah. So that's my series prediction, or that is my series review going into the second round, the dreaded second round. And I hope you enjoy it. I hope you enjoy this season. Not saying that like this is going to be the end, but So what are y'all predictions on the series? How are y'all feeling playing against Boston? How long will this series go? How many games, will this series go? Let me know in the comment section down below. Now and I will be putting out a podcast every single game after every single game. I believe it is going to be live. I think we're going to try this live join. So be on the lookout for that. I want to thank everybody for pulling up and listening to A Brother Think. Like, comment, share, subscribe with the Sixers Fiend if you feel so inclined. We have made it to the second round. We are about to face Boston, and I am happy. I am delighted. I am exuberated, jubilated, feeling good for the first time in the playoffs in a long time. So we'll see how it goes. As always, the Bulls are mad because the process worked, or at least we will see if it worked. My name is Kyan, and I will see you next time. Go Sixers. Feel it in that gut, bro. Go Sixers. I'll talk to y'all next time. Peace.